this door. Nope. I think I had a door left here. That was it. So we can save here. We care not for your orders. We support the Brazil, the front, and freedom. Move out! Hopefully someone will get that reference. Maybe someone will. Is there a clown boat around here somewhere? A weather-beaten sign has flaking white paint on it that you can just about make out. The words read, danger, polluted water, no swimming. I wonder if you've swallowed any of that water. Hopefully not. We don't want to turn into a mutant of any kind. Unless it's a turtle, then that's fine. A creek. Or flat. Crickety, crickety, crick. I wonder if Eden has returned home. Maybe she has something to say about her boss being killed. Here. Nope. Well, her organizer is gone, so she may have come home, but she left in a hurry. Maybe. No. What I should do is check out the news, actually, now that I think about it. Haven't checked those. Just to see what the world thinks about all the goings-ons of this adventure that we're having. I also like the little detail that the game has about Ryan, because the hand is Ryan's right-hand cursor because of the items that we have here. He has explained that the ring that he has, he wears on his right hand, on the ring finger, and that's what the cursor has. The finger has the ring. What? What if we take it off? We already have the ring on. Can I take it off somehow? Be interesting to see if they have that added detail if you take the ring off. You can't drop a worn item. How do I unwear it? Unwear. Take it off. Fine. Don't take it off. Would have been an interesting detail, that's all. Would have been neat. Oh no, I can't take it off. One ring to point them all. Alright. Let's see. Headlines first. What do we have? A massive police operation has been launched following the assassination of General Sterling on live television. Flaunting security, says the gunman description. This is the same text as before. Let's read the update. Never thought I'd hear Spider telling a character to take it off. Kidding, kidding. Well, now you've heard it here first. Publicly. The killer that has so far blatantly killed singer David Crane and General Sterling, head of the government's Middle East operations, has struck again. The wealthy heiress and renowned socialite Miss Diane Underwood was killed by a plasma bomb planted at her home in Kensington Place, which was activated when she returned home. Her parents visited the scene shortly after the blast, and they are said to be devastated. Police say that every effort will be made to find the man responsible for at least 3 recent killings. This news will be updated over the next few hours. Yeah, sure, it was all me. I did everything. And there's nothing else. Still great to see that everything's pointing at me. Weather-beaten notice board that has a wooden frame and a dirty glass front. One minute last you see that the message board has the words St. Septimus Church at the top. Alright, you're in the right place. A wrought iron gate with thick bars about 6 inches apart. The pane has peeled and flaked off and the hinges look rusty. There is a chain connecting the 2 gates together. Alright, let's take care of that. We decide to try cutting the chain with the wire cutters. That did it. All too easy. Spikes line the top of the gate. Of course they do. Why wouldn't they have those? It's a bad chat and a gal. The church door stands wide open. It's about 10 feet high and seems to be made of from a huge single slab of wood. What kind of a tree did they fall in if it's that big? Damn. Quite the huge tree. A small leather bag with a drawstring around the top. Leather is worn and very soft to the touch. Nothing in there. Still take it. I mean, why not? A plain and simple wooden cross made from 2 pieces of wood bound together with twine. A wooden bowl that's about 6 inches in diameter. The edges and the inside are well worn with use. On the floor is a pile of human remains. A running heap of cloth, presumably once a cloak, covers some of the bones. A skeletal hand with clean white bones. The hand has the index finger extended and joints seem unmovable. Find something to use it with. Small bronze goblet with geometric design around the base. This stone statue towers above you. It must be at least 12 feet tall. The statue is of a saint who holds a shield in one hand and has a coat of arms carved into it. You push the statue, but it appears to be a tall wax candle that has drips of wax down the sides. The drips dried in motion and look caught in suspended animation. A stone tablet set into the floor with the words of an epitaph inscribed upon it. It's one of those churches that has tombs inside it like this. Okay. What? The goblet didn't have a golden interior? It wasn't a cup of a carpenter. A small copy of the Bible, bound in leather. The pages inside are very thin and yellow with age. They almost crumble as you turn them. Another ball, small wooden ball with a split down one side that renders it completely useless. Now, if it's completely wet, then it's completely useless. If it's totally wet. A small green cushion, covered in a soft green material that is worn away in several places, leaving holes where stuffing pokes through. A font that rests on a single stone leg that is set into the floor. There is no water in the font, and from the state of the surface of the stone, it hasn't been used for years. Not to mention, it apparently has a blood in it. A stained glass window that shows the design of a cross. The window has some of the small panes missing, and you can see daylight outside. By the altar, there is a wooden stand upon which today's sermon would have been put. Oddly, the stand seems to have been used recently, as there is no dust on it at all. A plain white piece of cloth about 4 feet square when unfolded. A gold candlestick with 3 stems and a wide circular base. The candlestick seems to be made of solid gold, and consequently, it is very heavy. It is light enough already here. On the floor is a small wooden box that is used for holding communion wafers. Oh, we got a wafer. Here, have a candle. A large wooden cross towers above you. Its surface is pock-marked with age, and in places the wood has split. To where has it split to? A long wooden railing with 4 supporting posts set into the stone platform that you stand on. The rail feels slightly unsafe. In the top surface of the altar is a hole that looks about the same size as a human hand. No say. Large altar carved from stone. The surface feels rough to the touch, and as you run your hands over it, you notice a draught of air where it meets the floor. I see. The hand slots neatly into the hole with a clunk. And now we use this. Maybe I should remove what's on it first. Candlestick isn't much use. There's plenty of light already. A heavy candlestick that actually appears to be made of solid gold. It is highly polished and extremely heavy. You can't really use it. So, what exactly am I missing now? A small font that has a small amount of holy water in it. The font is made entirely from the same stone that is used to build the wall. You dip your cupped hand into the water and taste it. The water is rancid and disgusting. A broken and very old grating that has no visible hinges or handles. There is a smell of stale and musty air coming up from below, where there must be a chamber of some sort. You must find a way to the room below. I know the way. Just don't know how to do it. 2 sturdy doors are held together by some hidden mechanism. The surface of the doors is smooth and devoid of any keyhole or handle. The doors resist all attempts to be opened manually. The wooden handled switch that you assume should open the door in front of you. The handle is in an upward position. You reach up to the handle and pull it downwards. Absolutely nothing happens. I can't do anything with the candlesticks because there is no, like, move option. I mean, I tried to use it, but he thinks that I'm trying to light it up. If I ever tried to light it up, I would light it up. Like with this. Use the lighter with... well, if I had a candle. Arson will get you nowhere. Pfft, that was a candle, you moron. Candles are supposed to burn. There, and I have a candle on the freaking floor. I do not know how to move this altar. It doesn't want to do anything. Oh, right. I'm an idiot. Why am I like, I have to use something with the candlestick. Oh, use it. No, just pick it up, you moron. Ugh. I'm gonna just drop everything that I got from here. Well, everything except the sheet and the wafer. Gotta have a snack. And now use it. Give it a push. Nice spitting on the hands. This is really hard work. You have revealed a small hole that looks just wide enough for a man to squeeze through. The hole is framed with wood and cobwebs covered. You carefully lower yourself in the darkness below. I'm sure it's like a catacomb or something. The stone slab is the lid of the tomb. Now we're getting into the gruesome the corpse territory of explanations. A jar made of clay that's about knee-high. There is a slim opening in the top that is just big enough for you to fit a hand inside. There's a small clay lid covering the opening. Ah, a gem. Bracing yourself, you give the stone slab a heave. You can see a few pieces of bone here. There are definitely some teeth here, and everything is covered with thick layer of dust. You blow on the bones, and a cloud of dust mushrooms into the air. It makes you sneeze. Achoo! A small red gem that is smooth to touch. A small red gem that is translucent if you hold it up to the light from the room above. A small smooth gem that is deep red color. The gem shines a red glow into your hand. Does it now? Looks garbled to me. A short dagger with a gold handle and a steel blade which looks sharp. Take it. If the gun stops working, at least I will have something else. A lump of rock that has probably come from the crumbling walls in these corridors. An old tomb that has some remains and objects inside it. Everything is covered by a thick layer of dust, presumably from the decayed corpse and flesh of the occupant. A small metal shelf that is fixed into the corner of the room with metal brackets. Sitting to the floor, you see a square stone of tile with 3 circular holes in it. The holes are man-made and they are identical. You carefully place the crystal into the first free slot in the tile. It fits neatly. It clicks gently into place. You place the 3rd crystal into the stone tile, and as it slots into place, a pair of hidden doors swing open. A tall stone statue with the crystals set into the top above, 2 stone rings set on top of the other. Each stone ring has a series of symbols carved into it. The stones appear to move. I get the feeling that this is a puzzle. find that solution for. Rock is small and heavy and is covered with some kind of mold. It is very slippery because it is wet. A lumpy gray piece of rock that must have come from one of the walls in these catacombs. Rock is wet and shiny. There, now you have a trio of rocks. The bars of this gate reach from floor to ceiling, and each bar is a thick piece of metal. There is no lock or handle that you can see, but the gate seems to come from a recess in the south wall. You give the gate a shake, but nothing happens. Hello, somebody's building here. Plastic mixer tap with hot and cold levers. The writing for a hard and cold has worn away, and the tap drips smoothly. The stainless steel sink that is fixed badly to the wall. It looks as if it is held there only by the water pipes. The sink is dull, and there is a small pool of cold water at the bottom. An old and battered cupboard with two doors. The front is scratched, and the handles are worn. One seems to be loose. Nothing in there. There is an unmade bed here that looks recently slept in. The sheet is a dingy gray color, and the duvet is blue. A small wooden bedside table with one leg shorter than the rest. Like everything else in the room, it looks old. A gray office chair that has stuffing poking out of a hole in it. The chair is on one stainless steel leg and that spiders out into four arms with wheels on the end. A flat and limp-looking blue pillow. The pillow wouldn't be any use. Another rock. A smooth, round, light gray piece of rock that feels cold and heavy. Find something to use the rock with. Okay. You can say so. An old mirror that hangs crookedly on the wall. The mirror is broken in one corner, and the surface is so badly marked you can hardly see yourself in it. So where could I find the symbol to help me to get through here? Just thought, but maybe you were meant to get some water from here and make use of it. Use of it in where and how? I mean, it doesn't make any sense to me. That's another copy protection. Right. But I'm sure I need to use this, right? You got an answer for this? I thought this didn't have copy protection. Some versions are not cracked at all, Goblin dear. The upper circle should have 3 sticks pointing out. And the lower one just one pointing down. Like that. That did it. Whatever it is that it did. We'll open the gate, of course. A pair of sturdy doors which lead, you'll think, to the exit. Lump of gray rock that is shiny and damp. It has mold growing on it and is quite heavy. Okay. A sturdy metal cart that has four small flat wheels huddled closely together on its base. On the front of the cart is a handle from which there dangles a short chain with a hook on it. A small, almost spherical bit of rock that has probably come from one of the walls. The rock is cold and clammy. I get the feeling I need to gather all of these rocks into that crate. A small gray rock with a round hole in it that was probably caused by dripping water. The rock is cold and slimy. A small gray boulder that is moldy and damp to the touch. Yup. Nice touch that the rocks have all have different descriptions. Yep, I like it too. It would be boring if they all had the same description. Why I'm doing this? Well, hey, if the game tells me that you can do this, you do it. You try pushing and pulling the doors, but they don't want budge. Perhaps they only open from the other side. If we're just trying to overload, and what about those candlesticks? I can't go back up. I only got rocks here, man. We're working with rocks. Nothing but rocks here. Just leave the thinking to me. I'm playing the game, you're watching, and if I want any advice, I'll ask for it. That's always been the deal, right? I mean, I'm open for ideas, but only if I ask for them. At least that's usually the deal. I do appreciate the contributions, though. You give the card a huge push. Sure, now we can get out of here. A flimsy-looking wooden packing crate that has the lid resting lightly on the top. You lift the lid and look inside. As you expected, it is empty. I already saved. No need to shout. Shout, shout, let it all out. It's empty. Crate is empty and isn't of any use. As you expected, it's empty. Gotcha. Let's see what we got. The keeper suspected the priest would reach entropy. I think this is it. I'll move on. Now the priest has escaped me, I must find Beckett. There is a sickening stench coming from the mutated remains of the priest. His flesh has stretched and split to grow into long, veiny tendrils that reach across the room. You dare not touch the remains, they still pulsate slightly. Find something to use a dagger with.
I was trying to stab this with it.
You shouldn't use the gun just yet. I want to shoot this. You see a tunnel that reaches far down into the earth. This is where the priest made his exit in a form you cannot even imagine. The tunnel interior looks like an endoscopic view of a human organ. It's a butthole. Well, let's get out of here. In the floor, you see a hole where a stone floor tile has been removed. Peering into the hole, you see a small room below. Whee! Above your head, you see a network of pipes through which you dropped from the church above. Somehow you don't think you'll be able to get back up. My game crashed a few times here, hence the shout. Seems to work fine for you, though, so all good. I will head to lay down. I will see you tomorrow, Spidey and guys. Well, be safe all and rest well. Take care, Spiky.
You rest well, too.
A wooden door with rusted hinges and a small window in it at head height. The window has rusty iron bars across it. You try to move the door, but it steadfastly refuses. Well, he's gonna be a predicament. Oh. We're underground. We are in the, well, underground. That's what the British people call the subway and the underground train tracks. The underground. An air vent that once supplied warm air to the underground station is fixed to the wall. Tendrils of cobwebs hang limply from the grill across the vent's opening and blow it gently in the breeze. The church has an underground railroad? No, the tunnels underground the church lead to the train station. Mercenary, pay attention. A dust-covered ticket machine that has several glass windows in the front behind which are lists of destinations. The glass is so scratched that it's almost impossible to read what is behind it. The machine makes a strangled beep. The gate has metal bars that reach from floor to ceiling. The bars are rusty and covered in tiny droplets of condensation. You give the gate a shake and the noise reverberates around the disused station. The gate is locked. Although apparently you can walk on top of it. It got so quiet in here all of a sudden. But mommy, I don't want to walk on the train tracks. Almost feels like I almost don't have a choice. Yarp. We have to find a way to get through here. On the train tracks we go. Ah, a hole in the wall. Hi. The king and queen are dead. This Joker remains, but not to save the day. It seems that you have defeated us. The way we so was spent. I have lived a tortured life. So many victims. So many I have saved. I've never reached my potential. I've been waiting for you, Ryan. I felt you coming closer to me. You see, in the end, it is you who has faced death. It is you that has unwittingly joined our cause. Destruction of us is your own destruction. The Keepers did not warn you of the consequences of your actions.
They will turn your life force into one of us. We are all descendants of deliverers. When you die, your force will be sent to the DreamWeb and wait for a controlling good. Your thoughts will fight between good and evil. You will be reborn to walk the earth. You will be caught in a vicious circle, searching for your way to escape the earth. The other 6 have moved on, as we all will. But first, you must die.
Can I do anything here? I'm sure I was supposed to be doing something there, but the game wouldn't let me do anything. And this time, Eldris didn't tell me to save. All the other times he's like, hey, save here, and blah, blah, but now he wasn't like... Oh yeah, he dies here, if he's not careful. You saved in perfect spots all the other times, so... Well, you still need to keep me on check. Didn't I tell you to do that before? Because sometimes this happens, I forget to save. That is the time when you need to shout at me to save. Goddamn mercenary. Just goddamn. See what you did, mercenary? You killed the sound effects. With those puns of yours and all your stupid jokes, you killed the game. Shame on you. Shame on you. Queen are dead. Just a joker remains, but not to say today. Seems that you have defeated us. The web is almost in balance. I've lived to torture lives, so many beginnings, so many I'm saying. Time to reach your potential. I've been waiting for you, Ryan. Coming close to me. You see, in the end, it is you who has faced death. It is you that has unwittingly joined our cause. Destruction of us is your own destruction. The keepers did not warn you of the consequences of your action. Turn your life force into one of us. We are the old descendants of the deliverers. When you die, your force will be sent to DreamWeb and wait for the control space. Your thoughts will fight between good and evil. Evil and fear will born to walk the earth. You will be caught in a vicious circle, searching for your way to escape the earth. The other 6 have moved on, as we all will. But first you must die. Can I save? Can I anything? Aha! Run to the tunnel. That's what I need to do. And oh, there goes Beckett. Only the priest O'Rourke left. In his whatever form he is in. Ah. The, keeper.
Ryan, the web has been freed. The commanding positions have been filled. No absolute good or evil, but neutrality. We will now protect the web. Your task is finished. Now here you must return to your life. It will never be the same, and the consequences will be great. You have saved our dreams. Cool. Anything else? There, have a mouse eye patch. Or maybe a mouse hat. Less ninja wannabe. Is that it? Game over? Oh, yeah, I remember the ending. Yep. Oh, this is the police!
Put down your weapon and walk slowly towards us. If you do as we say, you will not be harmed. Yeah. I remember the ending. Creative reality game. Yeah, it's over. It's a short game. I mean, yesterday I said like it's 9 hours, but that was like barely 5 hours. A little over 5 hours it took. But it's still a great game. It's got a great atmosphere and it's really well written. Handwritten by Paul Oglesby. Spoken words acted by yours truly. No other voices. Always wonder what happened to O'Rourke though. He's the Cthulhian mastermind deep within the earth crust, plotting his revenge or something. That's what I always imagined. And what else would he been mutated into but a undescribable being of horror and terror and nightmares? Not bad for a 25-year-old game. I wonder what game I'm gonna play next. No idea. Next on the game. I'm sorry that I sort of mentally missed it. That's okay, Gabriel. Age means nothing. Impossible mission proves it. Oh. For Ray and whoever. ... But still, it's an understandable ending to the game that you get shot by the police. After all, you were a murderer. You killed people, and they knew who you were. And Becca did say that the life force will be turned into the DreamWeb. What does it say? Could you read it, Ryan? I'm curious. Ryan. Oh, right. He died. Oh, that's DreamWeb for him.